ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I offer my humble obeisances to all the devotees who joined today. Today we are going to discuss a beautiful episode from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, just to enthuse ourselves to take shelter of the holy names of Krishna more seriously, more sincerely. That's the purpose of our today's discussion. Once Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very, very concerned about the spiritual upliftment of people in this world. One of the foremost devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Haridas Thakur. Srila Haridas Thakur is known for chanting the holy names of Krishna so many times in a day. 3 lakh names of Krishna he used to chant every single day. So one day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Haridas Thakur, Haridas, in this Kali Yuga, most people are not following Vedic culture. Some of them even kill cows and they go against this Brahmanical culture. And they also engage in so many sinful activities. They also don't follow the scriptural teachings. They behave very whimsically. Is there any solution? I have a great concern about all of them. I see that there is no way in which they can be delivered. How can they attain some mercy of the Lord? So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Patita Pavana, he became concerned about the spiritual welfare of people of Kali Yuga, especially those people who are addicted to so many sinful activities and forbidden activities. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called Patita Pavana. He was always thinking about the upliftment, spiritual upliftment of common people in this Kali Yuga. And when people are not chanting the holy names of the Lord, when they're bereft of Krishna Prema, they're engrossed in materialistic activities, that pains the heart of Lord Chaitanya. And every sincere follower of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also has a similar concern that why people are not taken to the path of Krishna consciousness, why they are not taking shelter of the process of chanting the holy names of Krishna. So when this great blessing is given to all of us, let's try to utilize this blessing, right? So Haridas Thakur understood the concern of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, my dear Lord, don't worry. Please don't be in anxiety. Sometimes a great devotee may chant the names of the Lord by saying, oh Krishna, hey Rama, ha Rama, like that. But sometimes these Yavanas also are accustomed to saying ha Rama, ha Rama. Just see their good fortune. Even indirectly, while indicating something else or while doing something else, they are induced to chant ha Rama, ha Rama. Sometimes these people, they say ha Rama to mean something abominable. Means when they see something disgusting or something abominable, they say harama harama. Mhm. So in that expression of disgust, there is some chanting of the name of the Lord. And that is like Namabhas chanting. Namabhas chanting means chanting the name of the Lord unintentionally. Uh, So, in this way, Haridas Thakur encouraged Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, saying that, "O Lord, you are concerned about people who are not chanting. But I am saying that even though they don't intend to chant, still unintentionally they may end up chanting some names while uttering some regular words as a part of their life." So, this is the nature of a devotee. A devotee takes the anxiety of the Lord, and a devotee even consoles the Lord. And the Lord is very unhappy seeing the condition of the fallen souls. A devotee consoles the Lord by saying that, "Oh Lord, don't worry, don't worry. Somehow or the other, your holy name will uplift them. Even if they don't intentionally chant, even if they accidentally end up chanting some name of Rama, some name of Krishna, sometimes they may say Hari, Govinda." So that unintentional, accidental, unfaithful chanting also will help them in a spiritual way, and they will come close to you eventually, right? Of course, this is not a recommendation that we chant only unintentionally or unfaithfully or accidentally. We have to deliberately and sincerely chant. But even accidental chanting also can help us. That's what Haridas Thakur is trying to say. The chanting of the Lord's holy name to indicate someone else is an instant of namabhas, right? You are not intentionally calling the Lord, you are calling somebody, but you end up saying the name of the Lord. Somebody's name is Ram or Krishna or Govinda. Hey, Govinda, come here. You are not calling out the Lord with so much of prayerful attitude, but someone's name happened to be Govinda. You call him, "Hey, Govinda, come here," and you come closer to the Lord. You get some credit of chanting the name of the Lord, right? Even such chanting also is very powerful, and and it can destroy the sins. So, what to speak of faithful chanting? What to speak of chanting with so much of dedication? So, Haridas Thakur is saying that ना मेरा अक्षर सबेरा ईत स्वभाव व्यवहित हाइले ना छाड़े अपन प्रभाव. So the two syllables Rama or the two syllables Krishna, when they are chanted intentionally or unintentionally, deliberately or accidentally, chanted together or sometimes chanted separately also, still, when they're uttered by someone, there is some spiritual potency in it. Namera akshara sabera yeta swabhav. This is the natural swabhava or the natural characteristic of the names of the Lord, that vyavahita haile na chade apana prabhav. Even if they are uttered improperly, they don't give up their potency. The potency remains as it is, even if one chants unintentionally. This is how Haridas Thakur is nicely encouraging Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and saying that, "Mahaprabhu, don't worry. If a devotee once utters the name of the Lord, or if the name of the Lord Krishna or Rama penetrates that person's mind and enters the ear, it will certainly relieve them from material bondage or unwanted activities or desires, right? But if the name is chanted properly with eagerness, right, then without any offenses, oh, that's even more better, right? So Haridas Thakur also quotes different shlokas from different Puranas, right? So if an offenselessly chants the holy name of the Lord even imperfectly, one can be freed from the results of sinful life. Namabhasa haite haya sarva papakshaya. Namabhas is not like pure chanting of the holy name. Namabhas is like sometimes unintentional chanting or chanting which is done accidentally. Even that also can destroy all your sins. So in this context, Srila Haridas Thakur quoted a beautiful shloka. This is mentioned in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu also. So today let's meditate on this one shloka with this little prelude. I am opening the Veda base. Let's recite this shloka. I hope you are able to see the screen. तन्निर्व्याजं भजगुणनिधे पावनं पावनानां तन् तं निर्व्याजं भजगुणनिधे पावनं पावनानां श्रद्धारजन्मतिरतितरम् श्रद्धारजन्मतिरतितराम् उत्तमश्लोकमौलिं प्रोद्यन् अन्तःकरणकुहरे हन्तयन्नाम बाणोर् Abhasopi kshapayati mahapatakaddhantarashim. Very profound shloka, which Rupa Goswami also mentions in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The meaning of the shloka is very profound. Let's meditate on the meaning of the shloka line by line. Tam nirvyajam bhaja guna nidhe pavanam pavananam. What is this guna nidhi? Guna means good qualities. Nidhi means a treasure or a reservoir. The Lord is Gunanidhi. He's a reservoir of all good qualities, right? Tam nirvyajam bhaja gunanidhe. If somebody meditates on the qualities of the reservoir of all good qualities, Krishna, in what mood? Nirvyajam. Nirvyajam means without any duplicity, without any bad motives in the mind, without any impure desires. Nirvyajam, without any duplicity, without any diplomacy, without any hypocrisy. If somebody sincerely chants the name of the Lord, who is a reservoir of all good qualities, what is the effect? Very, very beautiful. He says, "Oh, reservoir of all good qualities, if one worships you, bhaja, if one worships you or chants your name, uh, Pavanam Pavananam, you easily purify them because you are the best purifier of all purifiers. There are so many ways in which purification can happen. By chanting Vedic mantras, one can be purified. By conducting so many sacrifices, one can be purified. By doing so many pious activities, austerities, one can be purified. By studying the Vedas and different Shastras, one can be purified. But the greatest purification is possible by chanting the names of Krishna. Pavanam Pavananam. So, Madhura Madhurametan Mangalam Mangalanam Sakala Nigamavalli Satvalam Chitswarupam. So, Madhura Madhurametam. Krishna's name is the sweetest of all sweet things, and Krishna's name is the purest of all pure things. And of all purifying agents, Krishna's name is most purifying. So, Haridas Thakur is saying, O reservoir of all good qualities, O Lord Krishna, O Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if one worships you without any duplicity, they'll be purified because you are the purifier of all purifiers. Now let's go to the second line and try to understand it. First line is Tam nirvyajam bhajaguna nidhe pavanam pavananam Shraddha rajyan matiratitaram uttama shloka maulim. Shraddha rajyan. So even if somebody casually chants the name of the Lord, they're purified. What to speak of Shraddha, right? If one worships the Lord with a faithful, Shraddha Rajyan Matir means faithful mind, unflinching mind, a mind that is totally focused and not distracted. So worship with a faithful, unflinching mind. Whom? Atitaram Uttama Shloka Maulim. So the Lord is Uttama Shloka Mauli. Uttama shloka means one who is glorified in choicest poetry. The best shlokas are used to describe that Lord. That is called Uttama shloka. But he is Uttama shloka Maulim. He is the best of all those who are glorified in choicest poetry. Oh mind, worship that, worship with faith, with an unflinching mind, worship that Lord, the most exalted of those who are praised in choicest poetry. Then in the third line, he says, Prodyan antah kuhare hantayan nama banor. Sorry, I didn't show the screen. Yeah. Prodyan antah kuhare hantayan nama banor. So in this line he says antah kuhare is very important, right? That is the core of the heart, right? Hantayan nama banor. So bana here refers to the sun. The sun is compared to the holy name of the Lord here. So when the sun of the holy name manifests in the core of the heart, you know what happens? Abhasopi kshapayati maha patakadhantarasim. Abhasa means not a deliberate chanting. It's a slight appearance. Like why holy name is compared to sun here? Very simple logic. Now the night is very dark. Say it's Amavasya night, it's even more dark. Then early in the morning, sun just rises. Even the slightest appearance of the sun can dissipate the darkness of the night, isn't it? Similarly, even the slightest appearance of the holy name, who is like sun, can dissipate the darkness of the ignorance of the heart. Pataka Dhantarasham. Although our patakas, our sins are like a big rashi, big mountain, still Pataka Dhantarasham, even the greatest of sinful activities can be effortlessly be destroyed by even the slightest appearance of the holy name in the heart. So when we are chanting the holy names of Krishna, and even if the chanting is not fully dedicated, fully sincere, not we are not chanting in a very helpless state of existence. We are chanting little casually. We are chanting not that sincerely. Still, even that insincere, inattentive, casual, indirect chanting also can destroy a big heap of sinful reactions. Pataka dhantarasim. In this way, by quoting the power, by describing the power of Namabhas, Haridas Thakur is encouraging Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even the finest rays of the effulgence of the sun can destroy darkness. Similarly, even the finest rays of the effulgence of the Lord's holy name can eradicate sinful reactions. Namabhasa haitehaya samsare rakshaya. And we can even easily attain liberation. Namabhasa mukti haya. Of course, we don't want liberation, but liberation comes as a part of the package. So, and the best example is Ajamil. While dying, Ajamil chanted the holy name of Lord Narayana, and he attained the spiritual world eventually. So, what then to speak of those who chant with faith and with reverence? Mriyamano harer nama grinan putropacharitam ajamilopyagadhama kimuta shraddhaya grinan. So, Mriyamano harer nama. So, Ajamil chanted at the time of death. What will happen if we chant throughout our lives? Ajamil chanted the holy name of Narayana to call his son. What will happen if we chant the holy name of the Lord to call the Lord himself? And Ajamil chanted the holy name of Narayana while committing so many sinful activities. What will happen if we follow the four regulative principles and chant, live a pure life and then chant the names of the Lord? And Ajamil chanted without faith. What will happen if we chant with faith? Thus, the whole episode of Ajamil is not encouraging uh, unconscious, unintentional, indirect chanting. It's only encouraging us to chant with sincerity. Even inattentive, unfaithful chanting done by a sinful person to call his son has become so effective that it uplifted his consciousness and eventually took him back to Godhead. What to speak of someone who is chanting with sincerity? That's how that's how Ajamil episode is encouraging us to take shelter of the holy names. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this whole explanation from Haridas Thakur and he became so happy. Then Mahaprabhu had another question. Okay, thank you so much, my dear Haridas Thakur. There are so many human beings in this world who are not chanting the names of the Lord. But you are encouraging me saying that even their indirect chanting, unconscious chanting, inattentive chanting, occasional chanting, accidental chanting also can help them uh, come out of the sinful activities. Thank you so much for that. But what about non moving living entities? What about non human species? Right? Now, you spoke about human beings who are not chanting sincerely. Uh, but what about animals? What about birds? What about trees? There are so many moving and non moving, non human species. How can these trees and plants and insects and other living entities be delivered from this material bondage? Can you please tell me? Mhm. Then Haridas Thakur started speaking again. He said, my dear Lord, when you do Harinam Sankirtana loudly, you you chant the names of Krishna so loudly, and when your devotees chant the name of Krishna so loudly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So many animals and insects and ants and birds and even trees are also getting an opportunity to hear that loud kirtan. And when they Here, they also respond back. That is called pratidhvani. When you are doing kirtana, and that kirtan will have some pratidhvani, resound. Although it's inconceivable, it's happening by your mercy. The best example is when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling in Jarikhand forest, he was ecstatically chanting the holy names of the Lord. Sometimes Mahaprabhu would see a tiger in the forest. He would kick the tiger and says, "Tiger, chant Hari Hari." And the tiger would get up and chant Hari Hari. Let's not imitate Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He can do that, we cannot do that. but mm, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to say, tiger should chant, and Mahaprabhu would just go inside water in a river, take bath. When he's taking bath, some elephants come there to take bath. When an elephant comes, we become scared and we'll run away. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not run away. He would splash some water on the elephants like this and tell them, chant holy names of Lord Hari. And the elephants will start chanting, Hari, 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 and they start dancing also. So there's Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's loud chanting induced even forest animals in the Jarikhand forest to chant the names of the Lord and dance in ecstasy. Plants were moving and they were making resounds, and monkeys and deer and tiger and birds, they were all chanting the Lord's names and dancing in ecstasy. And the tiger and the deer, which are naturally inimical towards each other, they start embracing each other. They start kissing each other out of ecstasy. Basically, when somebody chants the names of the Lord and becomes a devotee of the Lord, one very, very significant effect of chanting the names of the Lord and practicing bhakti is the envy in the heart is completely destroyed. The envy in the heart is completely eradicated by chanting the names of the Lord. And the natural enmity between the tiger and the deer was destroyed. That too in the auspicious presence of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and this tiger and deer started embracing each other and kissing each other. That's what is happening. We can just one side point, but important point. Whether our chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra since many years, 16 rounds every day, whether it is creating transformation in our hearts or not, we can test for ourselves by checking how much envy we have towards other devotees. If I am envious of another devotee, if I am feeling jealous of another devotee, if I am not sincerely rejoicing and celebrating the success of another devotee, if I am feeling very uncomfortable with the prosperity of another devotee, I have not chanted properly. As simple as that. If I have chanted properly, of course, even improper chanting can destroy some sinful reactions. That's what we have been discussing. But we need not settle down to improper chanting only. Like in our childhood, 35% is the pass mark. When you get 35 out of 100, you are pass and you will be promoted to the next grade. But should we aspire only for 35? What's problem with aspiring for 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 or even more than 100? You know what is more than 100? In the question paper, some questions are given. If you know those questions, you are 100 out of 100. But we can always know more than what the question paper is asking us, testing us. Sometimes people may get 100 out of 100 uh, because they know the questions. Somehow, luckily, they get answers uh, to the questions that are asked in the question paper. But there are many other questions that are not asked in the question paper in the exam. But some bright students know even those subjects also, those topics also. So basically, we need not settle down to 35%. We can always aspire for more. Similarly, we should not settle down to Namabhas chanting. Even Namabhas chanting, which is unintentional, accidental chanting, also will help us, but we need not settle down to the Namabhas chanting only. We can always aspire for Shuddhanam, pure chanting of the holy names of the Lord. So when our chanting is becoming more and more sincere, uh, then our heart will become more and more soft. In such a soft heart, envy cannot exist. We will not envy any other devotee. We will not hate any other devotee. We will not hold any grudges or negativity towards any other devotee or any other living entity. Forget devotee only. No living entity is an object of my enmity. That's what a pure or a good chanter will feel. Right. So Haridas Thakur said, "My dear Lord, when you loudly chant the names of the Lord, then uh, And also when your followers, sincere followers also do loud Sankirtan, then the common people and even animals and birds and trees also are benefited by that, just as it happened in Jarikhand forest. And also, my dear Lord, you accepted the form of a devotee specifically to elevate the fallen souls in this world. You have preached the loud chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and in this way you freed all the moving and non-moving entities from material bondage. Jagata nistare yehi tomara avatar, bhakta bhava agita te kaila angikar, उच्च संकीर्तनता ते करिला प्रचार, स्थिर चर जीवेर सबा खंडिला samsar. He said, Jagata nistare yehi tomara avatar. Only for the purpose of spiritually elevating the common people, you have appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhakta bhava age. You have accepted the mood of a devotee, emotions of a devotee. Although you are the Supreme Lord, you are acting like a devotee. Kaila Angikar, you have accepted the emotion of a devotee. That too, the best of all devotees, Srimati Radharani. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, basically Lord Krishna has accepted the emotions of Srimati Radharani and became Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only for the purpose of spiritually elevating all of us. Uchcha Sankirtana. Uchcha Sankirtana tate kaila prachar. Sthira chara jivera sabha khandila samsar. So by doing loud Sankirtan, you have uh, you have destroyed the samsara, or the repeated cycle of birth and death of all living entities. Thank you so much. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu specified. Basically, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had two concerns in this small episode from Chaitanya Charitamrita that we have discussed just now. For your reference, what I have discussed in the last few minutes, 20-25 minutes, is from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antyalila, 3rd chapter, from a beautiful conversation between Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur. So in this conversation, Mahaprabhu expressed two concerns, and Haridas Thakur addressed those concerns. Mahaprabhu first said, how can these sinful human beings be delivered? Then Haridas Thakur said, by their accidental, incidental chanting of the names of Ram and Krishna, they can definitely be relieved from their sinful reactions. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the second question, how can the non-human species like birds and animals and trees be elevated spiritually? Then Lord Chaitanya, Haridas Thakur said, when you and your devotees loudly chant the holy names of the Lord, other living entities are also benefited spiritually. So these are the 2 points that we have discussed today in this short Japa Talk. In the next Japa Talk, we will discuss some more aspects. I think in the next Japa Talk, we will discuss 6 keys that help us chant very effectively. There are 6 important keys that Sanatana Goswami has given us that help us, that can streamline our chanting. So we'll discuss that next time, maybe tomorrow or some other time, whenever time permits. Thank you very much. श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय, श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्ण.